Right, is this going to be the year that you sell $1 million in travel? I think it could be. Today on the channel, we're going to talk about what agents do to get to that $1 million mark, some things that you need to know that are probably easy fixes in your business, and we're going to just enjoy this holiday week and spend some time talking travel today. So if that sounds like fun, keep on watching. All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell here on YouTube. Every single week, we bring you some fun content to help you grow your travel business, and we don't want you to miss a thing. This week is no different. We're talking about that coveted $1 million mark, that when you sell $1 million, you're going to be earning six figures or more, hopefully is the goal. How do you get there if you're not there already? We're going to cover it all today. So first of all, I hope everybody had a really, really nice holiday season. I can't believe it flew so quickly this year, but I know everybody's thinking, especially in this week between kind of Christmas and New Year's, everybody's thinking about like, what are my big goals? How did my year end? What am I going to be doing for it into next year? And that $1 million mindset is on a lot of your minds. Like you're looking at the past year and figuring out how you want to up level. So I love this topic. I sold my first $1 million in travel way back in 1994. It was my first full year as a travel agent. And I've really never looked back. So you guys, if you're new to the channel, by the way, I'm Cyndi Williams, founder and CEO of Wanderlust Campus. I have been training travel agents for nearly 30 years. I've been in the industry for 31. And after I had my first few $1 million years, they moved me right into the training department. And now I help you guys kind of get to that point where you are launching, growing, supersizing your travel businesses. And this is usually the first like big milestone, that first time you hit $1 million in travel sales within one calendar year. So I want to talk about in today's environment what that looks like and kind of some common things that I see that you need to do to get there. Because we certify and train through Wanderlust Campus so many thousands of travel advisors and help them kind of get into this place where they're reaching that goal, we get to see the data and kind of things they're doing. We have lots of conversations with our community, and I think also going out to some of the conferences that require that $1 million or multi-million-dollar mark to participate, I always ask a lot of questions. I say, tell me what your advice for someone new would be, or what do you think you're doing that's different besides obviously going through our certification and things like that. And I hear all kinds of great responses. So I'd love to share some of that with you today. But I've kind of broken this down into a couple different categories. And I think the first one that I look at is that person who really thinks about this endeavor as a real career. They're working on their craft. They're becoming a skilled and talented travel agent. What does that look like? So I know there's a lot of like weird setups out there where you can be like, click a button and you're a travel agent tomorrow, but does that make you a good travel agent? So not really. In fact, when I go into a lot of these conferences with the top host companies and like Asta and all the kind of top tier players in the industry, they all say the same thing. It's like training, education, and like getting people into that place where they understand the fundamentals of the job is difficult because there's no standardization in our industry. So it's those individuals that really take it upon themselves to know that they are going to really be crafting a career here. It takes work, it takes education, it takes working on your skills, it takes practice, it takes building relationships in the industry. So I guess my number one thing would be kind of taking your business seriously, treating it like a business, and then also holding yourself accountable to doing the learning and the education and allowing yourself the grace to get the experience, because no one's going to snap their fingers and just be successful tomorrow. Now, look, I did sell my first $1 million my first year in travel, but you have to understand, I went to full-on travel school. I worked for a corporation that then also put me through training. I had a supervisor that would monitor my calls and sit 6 seats down from me and give me coaching feedback 3 times a week. There's a different structure that happened back then to get me there. That's what we've done at Wanderlust Campus. We've modernized travel school to get you guys those similar tools, right? But if you're doing that on your own, you have to recognize that you have to fill the gaps in how our industry works today. So when I see the folks in our $1 million club, our multi-million dollar club, it's because one, they are taking their career in this endeavor very seriously. The second one is they do a great job of being diligent about setting goals, tracking goals. They have clear and measurable goals. This is something that we do every single year in all of our businesses. If you follow my story, you know we don't just have a operational full-on travel agency, but we have Wanderlust Campus, and we have a sister company called Wanderlust Social. Campus is the training department for the travel industry, and our sister company Social is like a marketing department for the travel industry. But with all of my different business units, I follow the same process as do these $1 million and multi-million dollar agents that are out there selling. They are setting clear and measurable goals. So what I like to do every single year, in fact, we just got off, we were on Reflection on Celebrity, and we had our annual strategic planning session where I bring all of my department heads together. We sat down, we said, here's what our organizational objectives are. Now let's set those clear and measurable goals for each department. And we do this every year. And the reason that is so important, and a lot of you guys may have been part of that process if you ever worked in the corporate world and things like that. And I don't think you need to over corporate your business, but you do need to take some tried and true measures from that world, which are, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there. If you don't have a clear map or a clear idea. So if your goal is to hit $1 million, great, write it down. Now, what are the clear and measurable steps that are going to happen in order to get me there? So making sure that you have clear and measurable goals, I think, is really important. And that's one thing that group does really, really well. And then the other thing, as far as getting to that journey sooner rather than later, is these advisors and agency owners, they have real systems in place. If you are doing just kind of, I'm booking travel for my friends and family or for my own travel, that's never going to get you to that $1 million sales mark. You really have to have systems. If you're serving real clients from the public, people that don't know you, what are your actual systems that you have in place? So let's talk about how you can get there. What are some tangible steps, Cyndi? Tell me what I can do to get there this year, especially as I'm kind of reflecting on my past year, what I've done, what I didn't do, where I am, and how I want to change going into 2025. So here's what I would do. We just talked about goals. Set your goals. Maybe hitting that $1 million mark is one of your goals. Maybe you have some other goals. That's great too. Write them down. That's the first thing. We're going to map out the goals. In fact, I have another video on YouTube. It's like a free goal mapping workshop. I did it the last 2 Januaries. You can find it on the channel. So look for that, and it's a workshop we do here on YouTube, totally free, that helps you map out these goals and put some thought behind how to put that together. So do that. That's a great step. The second thing you can do is a self-assessment. I cannot tell you how important this is. I know where my gaps are. I know what my strengths are. I know what my weaknesses are. And the reason and how it helps me, the reason it's so important to know that data is, if I know I am not as strong as I need to be in a certain area, guess what? I go get help in that area, or I hire an expert, or I find someone I can consult with to fix whatever that thing is if it is holding my business back. The things that I'm strong at, no problem. I'm already doing well at that. I don't have to fix it if it's not broken. But when I discover that there's a gap or something that's not coming together in my business is just about solving problems, guys. That's what it is. So when you get to a point where you feel like you're at a plateau, you have to do this self-assessment to figure out, if I could close more of my leads, I would have X percentage of conversions, which would equal X more profit, which would help you get to that goal. That's how you get into the state of making it measurable. But admitting that you have an issue closing sales as strongly as you would like to, there's one of your blind spots. That's it. No one's going to judge you. You're doing this activity at home by yourself. No one's going to see this. But you have to be really honest with yourself about, what are the things that I either need to do better in my business, I need to develop a little further, or you might need to outsource to get help with, so you can move further faster and get to those big goals. So do that self-assessment. That will help you a lot. The next one is, and I see this again and again, If you took everything off of this list and just did this one, people who have more success, they just act faster. They make decisions, they figure out what they need, and they take action. So you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the most talented person in the room. But if you can be the most decisive person in the room, even if you're failing forward, if you fail faster, you get to the success faster. Read that again. See it again. I'm going to say it again. If you fail faster, you get to the success faster, especially if you're doing it on your own. This is coming from someone who I had to fall on my face for almost a decade to come up with the proven systems that we train in Wanderlust Campus every day. I have a bazillion failures that got me to the big successes that now I have real systems and real heavy hitting levers I can push and pull in my business that just deliver clients on demand, and they do different functions in my business to make it successful because I had to fail through that. So recognize that business is not about doing it even perfectly the first time all the time, but giving yourself the grace to just make a decision to go, even if I don't win 100% on this, I'm probably going to learn something that I can build on and take forward. All right, so if you're taking action and kind of getting help, you're being decisive, that's that whole kind of list right there. But there's one more I want to talk about, actually two more I want to talk about. The next one is do a systems check in your business. Now, people watching this video are going to be all over the place. Some of you might have great systems already in place. That's awesome. If I have any students watching that recently graduated, you're probably in the process of getting those systems up and running, or you already have them. I have some recap things for you here in a moment. But I want all of you, no matter where you are on your journey, to do a systems check. So here's the systems you should have in your business in order to scale it for growth. Marketing system. Do you have a marketing system? What is your client attraction system? How are you going to attract clients that do not know you yet? So make sure you have a strong marketing system. Do you have a sales system? Once you attract those clients, how are you going to go through the process of making them feel absolutely confident, getting to the final stage of closing that sale and booking a vacation for them, right? What is your sales system? What does that look like? Your service system. It's great to make a sale, but if you don't take care of your clients, they're not going to come back again. I will tell you again and again and again, $1 million and multi-million-dollar selling agents and agencies, they do this right. They do not just depend on brand new business all the time. Once you have already established no like trust factor with someone, it is much easier that they come back to you again for every single vacation in the future. You should be building a recurring business model. And this is the number one area. That service system is how you continue to nurture that relationship, not just take care of the existing trip or trips you have booked for them, but how do you then keep that bond with them? How do you stay top of mind? And how do you ask for future conversions, upsells, and cross-sells? That is like a magic one that people don't spend a lot of time on. What's your operational system? What automations do you have in place? What things do you have in place behind the scenes to help your clients have the best experience possible? If you have staff or you have agents that work for you, make your staffer experience the best that it can be. All of those different repeatable things in your business. What operationally is happening behind the scenes? Do you have a system in place for things like workflows, service, all the different things, legal docs, all of those things that are like crossing the T and dotting the I's in your business, operational systems. So those are the 4 minimum systems you want to have in your business. And then last but not least, and this is a big one because especially in today's environment, you guys are starting your businesses from home most of the time or while you're traveling the world. You don't have a supervisor down the bench like I did, right? Like 30 years ago, it was a different system. You had a group around you. You could listen to other people take calls. You could learn from other people. There were training classes. You had all the quality department checking everything. That doesn't exist today. You are all of the things. So that can be overwhelming. It can feel like you're in a silo a little bit, and it can feel isolating. So I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Definitely, for sure, get your free Wanderlust Campus account. I'll link that down below. But besides those kind of community things, you have to remember to keep your mindset strong. So understanding that starting a business on your own, it is going to take you getting outside your comfort zone And there's going to be great days, and there's going to be hard days, and there's going to be terrible days. There's going to be a whole mix of emotions when you run a business. That is normal. That's like part of the process here, right? But how you deal with that, how you learn from it, how you process it, instead of processing things as a failure, processing it as what did I learn and let me move forward, and what can I grow, how can I grow from this experience that I had? So you have to always be working on your mindset. You know, this is no different. They talk about top millionaires and billionaires in the world. They all start their day with kind of like what I call an abundance practice or a mindset kind of training, where they are being absolutely intentional about how they're going to spend their time, their resources, and their energy on every day. This is one thing we train in Wanderlust Campus, because you need to start thinking like a business owner. It's really hard to become a successful business owner if you really don't think like a business owner. And that can be a big jump. It can be hard if you've always worked for other people, or you've worked in careers where you had to report to someone, or you always had to, do this and do that. And it's been more of a structured kind of thing. And now you have all of this freedom. And while that can feel amazing, it can also feel a little scary sometimes. So don't forget, you have to plug in and work on some of that mindset stuff as well. So I have a couple recommendations. First of all, if I have any of my students watching this, that's amazing. I'm so glad that you are back over here on the YouTube channel. But I want to remind you guys, marketing mods 4, 5, and 6 in Careers on Vacation. This is for my Careers on Vacation certification students. Marketing mods 4, 5, and 6, review those going into the new year. Sales mod 7, operations mod 8, service module, mod 9, and the Mindset Vault is full of mindset videos that are topic specific, so you can plug in and engage on that good stuff if you are feeling challenged in any of those areas, because once you are a graduate, you're part of the family, and we always have those tools available to you when you log into your Wanderlust Campus account. Now, for those, and one more thing for my students, don't forget Passport to Learning just launched in the last 5 or 6 weeks. So now you can get back into live classes with me. If you are an alumni or a student, you have your special discounted rate. So check that. When you log into campus, you'll see your offerings there. And Passport to Learning is available to the public as well. So everybody can check that out, but especially for my certification students, that would be a great tiny investment for next year if you want to plug back into regular calls with me and the experts. Now, if you are not a Wanderlust Campus graduate, or you haven't been certified through us yet, 1, what are you waiting for? But 2, I want to tell you as you guys are going about this process, if you're doing it on your own, listen, I wish you so much love and so much abundance no matter how you're going about your particular journey. But if you know this is the year that you don't want to repeat the same year you just did for the last 2 or 3 years, the last 2 or 3 cycles, and you've been at a plateau for a minute, if you're an experienced agent but you're not hitting that 7 figures in sales yet, Careers on Vacation experience track is where you want to be. That is our certification program that you don't just earn a certification, but you also get all of the support and help on setting up all of the systems that we talked about today. Marketing, operations, sales, service, crisis management, operations, workflows, all of the things. You get everything that the new students get, plus you get some additional hands-on and support and all kinds of goodies. So definitely think about that for the new year. And if you're just not sure if it's for you, schedule or request a goal mapping session. You can visit us at wanderlustceo.com/map. We set aside a few spots every single week where we do complimentary consults so we can help you map out your goals. So now would be an amazing time going into the new year to meet with the enrollments team. See if you can snag a spot on their calendar. Again, I'll link it down below, but that would be a great way to just talk about your goals with a real person who understands your journey and see if working together is a match, because we will help you get to your goals for sure. So guys, I just want to say a happy holidays again. I'm so excited about going into 2025. We're bringing so many amazing things into Wanderlust Campus, Passport to Learning, Wanderlust Social, all the things to help you. So I'm just really excited. Thank you for your support all through the year, and you guys really make the difference on the channel. It just makes us want to do more and more to help you grow your travel businesses. So I'll see you guys next year. Happy holidays, guys. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all the content available to you on our channel. And I invite you to follow along, travel with me around the world as I grow and scale my travel businesses. You're gonna pick up some great tips, some great tricks on how you can grow your own travel brand too. I'm gonna drop some links down below, and also check out these videos I handpicked just for you.